Just another dang how-to channel. On this series, I'm gonna cover Salesforce DX. So it's been a while since I did a tutorial on Salesforce, so good time to share the knowledge about it. So on this particular video, we're gonna set up and get started using DX. So Salesforce DX is been around for a couple years now. It's a better way of managing and making sure that your development is in line with software development. So your source of truth is always the version control, not on the org. And with this way, you could collaborate more with different people. They could create their own schedule where could develop stuffs and test their own stuffs, and then merge it to the master branch where it could go to some pipeline or CI/CD if you wanted to. So we're gonna cover all of those on later videos. So this one is just setup. So the first thing to do is enable DevHub.org. So log into your production, or if you're a developer sandbox, log in with your developer sandbox. Once you're logged in, search on setup, go to DevHub. Once there, just click on enable DevHub. Once enabled, you cannot disable it. And there's also some other options here. If you're doing ISB and generating package, you can enable it as well. And there's also option to enable Einstein feature, which we'll cover later. So once that is enabled, the next thing to do is you need to get the tools set up. So you need to download Visual Studio Code. So just go to code.visualstudio.code. I already have that on my machine, so I'm just gonna open it. So once you download and get it installed on the machine, the next thing you need to do is download the Salesforce extension. So there's heaps of extensions here on Visual Studio Code. So if you search for Salesforce extension, you should be able to see this. And bundled with the Salesforce extension are the other extensions that's needed for development. So it's bundled with 7 more: Apex, Salesforce CLI. So you don't have to download the CLI extension. You just need to download the extension pack. Aura components, Visualforce, Lightning Web components, Apex interactive debugger. We're going to cover this in another video, and also the Apex replay debugger. So just click on install. It's saying CLI is not installed, so which is correct. So the CLI is not installed. You just have the Salesforce extension here. So to install the CLI itself, you go to developer.salesforce.com tools sfdx CLI. So you could either download the package and install it, but what I prefer to do is I use npm node packet, the packager for node. So I'm just gonna open the terminal here, and I'm just going to say npm install sfdx CLI, and you want to install it globally. So doing this way has some other methods when you want to update it. You can update using, I'm going to show you. You can update using the SFDX tool CLI to update. You need to go to node again to update it. So just waiting for it to download. So once it's installed, you could go to the command line, just say sfdx and say help. You should be able to see this, and this would show you all the commands that you would need. So we want to set up autocomplete. So if you want to set up autocomplete, so when you tab on your keyboard, it autocompletes some of the commands, which is very handy. So say SFDX autocomplete, and it will show you instructions how to set up. So basically, you just copy this first line. If you're using Zish, or it's automatically going to show you the command for Zish, but if you're using Bash, it's going to show you something for Bash. So copy this. I'm just going to open my Zish file. So if I go to sudo, my editor, sudo v, and say zish rc, you can see that it's just sourcing out the bash profile. There's nothing in there. So after I finish that command, that script, it's gonna create a so I'm just gonna run that script, print sfdx autocomplete zish, and when I open back my zish file, it's gonna create those global properties there, which is targeting the autocomplete setup on the sfdx library. Cool. So let's quit this. You wanna do comp audit -d, make sure there's no conflict on some of the folders. And if there's no error, you would see that. So if I now say sfdx and say force and hit tab, it would autocomplete for me, and say auth, and say web, and say login. So the first command is log into your DevHub org. So you want to link up your DX to your DevHub org. So you could do it on command line and hit that. It's going to prompt you to log into your DevHub. So once logged in, you could close this window, because if you go back to the terminal, you would see you have successfully authorized. So close that. This next thing to do is we want to create a scratch org. So before you create a scratch org, you need to create a directory and have a certain structure on the file to be able to do that. So I'm gonna go to by the way, if you want to learn more about all these commands, if you go to the Salesforce CLI, it has all these nifty commands on what each one does. So we went to force, and then we went to auth. So if I go to force and I go to auth, and I go to we went to web login, you would see it also has different sets of parameters that you could pass. So --JSON, --log level, -I. Let's go back here before we begin. So we did that setup. We installed the CLI. Next step is let's go to some sample source code. So let's open this guy. So this is some sample projects that you could play around. So first thing to do, what I'm going to do is clone this. So I'm just going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to paste that git clone. And similar here, so you can see what it looks like. Desktop, SFDX, open. Alright, that's fine. So I'm going to open up the terminal again. So I'm inside the SFDX that we just cloned. And you would see that there's a config folder structure here, which contains a project scratch definition file. It contains all these details. And this would be the metadata that we want to, we'll be working on, that we want to deploy to the scratch org. And it also contains some gitignore files, some YAML file that's used for the deployment. So let's go back to here, and first thing we want to do is authorize the DevOps org, which we already did. Next is to create a scratch org. To create a scratch org, you just say let's do it this way, SFDX, we say org create, and just hit on tab to autocomplete, and you have this parameters -s -f, and you say config file project definition. So when you hit this, you're gonna hit an error, which I'm gonna show you how to resolve. So as you can see here, it hit an error, and the CLI would give you a very good warning why that errored out. So it's saying we've deprecated the org preferences. So if I go to the config here, they're saying this org preferences node has been deprecated, and you should replace it with this new one, settings. So I'm just gonna quickly replace that with this one, and try creating a scratch org again. Let's give it some time. Once that is created, you could use it existing scratch org if you want, but we won't do that. We're just going to push that data out. So on scratch org, there's a limit. On dev org, there's a limit to scratch org that you could create. You could create like 6, and you could have like 3 active at a time. But on production, you could have more, definitely. But the lifespan of a scratch org is like 7 minimum, so you could set that to more if you needed to. So now the scratch org has been created. You would see this. We're now going to push this code to that scratch org. So you say SFDX, SFDX force source push, and that's going to push those files to the org. So, and if you want to open the org, you could just do this, or you could do it like this if you want a particular page that you want to open. But if I just show you this one, I'm just going to open another tab, and this one would be the scratch org we just created. And I'm just quickly going to show that we have some classes here now, which we just pushed from our tool. So we have the demo controller, which we did here, and there's some Apex pages as well. So that's it for now. That's how easy to get started with DX. Stay tuned for additional videos. Bye for now. Cheers.